Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode here on Solo Spelunking. And today I want to once again continue my Cairn solo RPG session where I play the adventure Reavers of Harkenwold. And this will be my third character. The first one died, the second one died. So now I'm starting my third attempt to continue the storyline. So meet Nathan Wayne, a Harper agent. And yes, I know the Harpers are an organization native to the Forgotten Realms, but I figured it's Dungeons and Dragons, and organizations like the Harpers are always cool. So why not import them over to this setting of Nirat and the Nentir Vale? So this is Nathan Wayne. He's a Harper agent, and these are his stats. He's got a strength of 14, dexterity 10, intelligence 12, charisma 10. He's got 6 points of hit protection. He's got a good damage reduction of 3 because, as you can see, he's got a large or a metal shield, a breastplate, a helmet, and I modeled his equipment after the pawn. So let's take a look at his equipment. He's got a longsword, an adventurer's belt, never leave home without it, 3 rations and a water skin, and his breastplate, a shield, a short bow, you can see on the pawn on the back, and this is it. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slots of his 10 slots occupied, so he also can carry much more, otherwise his hit protection would be reduced to 0. I picked these 3 skills for him: stealth, investigation, and insight, because he's a Harper agent. And because this is my third attempt, I'm still trying to find the right balance to balance the Cairn system for a single character. So once again, I turn to my favorite supplement, Blackstream Solo Heroes. I already implemented the Fray die from this system, but I was not sure how to implement the damage die mechanic, because with a damage reduction of 3, if you use it as written, you would probably never take any damage. I got this idea, I think, also from a Reddit post I read about how to use these damage mechanics, and what I think the user there did. You just apply the damage reduction to the normal die roll, and then you translate the remaining damage according to Scarlet Heroes or Solo Heroes. And I made this table right here. So 1 to 3 is 1 point, 4 to 6 2 points, 7 to 9 3 points, and 10 or above 5 points of damage, incoming damage for my character. So this means, let's say I'm taking a d8 of damage and I'm hit, let's say, for the maximum of 8 points. I will reduce these 8 points by my damage reduction 3. That'll be 5 points remaining, and this would translate into 2 points of hit protection damage. And I think that maybe with this adjustment I might be able to survive a little longer and get further in the adventure. So this is a learning process for me, because it's the first time for me using Cairn, and then starting solo. I think it's pretty tough, so you got to figure out the right way first. But I'm confident that this might work, so we'll see. So why is Nathan Wayne getting involved? Like I said, he's a Harper agent, and he had a contact in Albridge, a woman named Delia, also a Harper agent. She lived in Albridge, and he's got a while ago, Nathan Wayne got a disturbing, concerning message from her, and he hasn't heard from her since, because she got killed by the Iron Circle while she was meeting with a resistance messenger, but he doesn't know this yet. This is just background info. So he is on his way to Albridge to figure out what's happened to his contact, and I will read from his journal to set the scene. I can see my destination, the village of Albridge, on the horizon. I should reach it by midday. I am worried. I haven't heard from Delia in a while, and her last message sounded concerning. She wrote about concerning rumors that have reached her from the village of Harken. Baron Stockmar disappeared, and a group of mercenaries has taken control. They bleed out and harass the people. She wrote about a growing resistance. That was the last I heard of her. I need to investigate. Alright, so this is how Nathan Wayne will get swept up in the events, so he can see the village of of Albridge on the horizon. And yeah, so he will go there, or he's on his way there to see what has happened. So take the map out. So this is Albridge, and he's approaching also from the King's Road, and he came from Fallcrest. This is where he usually operates. All right, so let's speed up things a little. So he will reach Albridge without incident. He will ask around a little, and it doesn't take long, and then he is pointed to Dargamath. And Dargamath, Nathan, I state my intent, that I'm looking for a friend of mine, Delia, and I describe her, and well, Dargamath, he recognizes her, and he fills me in on the details, and yeah, explains the situation in Harken, and that they already lost a couple of good people, and that he sent out a guy to recruit more allies, but he hasn't heard from him since, and he hasn't returned, and he fears the worst. So that's Vincent de Vega he's talking about. And yeah, so this is basically the start, the setup. All right, so let's see, do I have a pawn that could represent Dargamath? I think I already had one in mind, but can't find it, or I did have it. Well, I look it up later, but I think in one of the episodes I had a pawn that represented him, but I can't find it now. All right, so never mind. So yeah, we talk, and I ask, well, this is indeed disturbing news that you are telling me. And are you sure Delia is dead? Yeah, I'm afraid I'm sure. We found her body, and the body of the messenger she talked to, and we are pretty sure it's her. It fits your description perfectly. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her. Damn. So have you tried to get help from Fallcrest? We have tried a couple of times, but none of our messengers came through, and now we couldn't find anyone willing to do the trip, and I think the Iron Circle, they have increased their patrols along the road. Oh, now I found it. So this is Dargamath. It fits perfectly, this veteran, grizzled adventurer. So we are talking. I just put them here, and he fills me in. All right. Well, I just came from Fallcrest, but I was lucky. I haven't encountered anyone. Yeah, this is one route we could explore. Get a message out to Fallcrest, but I doubt they have the manpower to spare, and are willing to send someone. Well, you don't know unless you've tried. Yeah, I will see if I can get another messenger out. Maybe one more try wouldn't hurt. But in the meantime, we have to prepare for a possible assault on Albridge. I think because of the recent events and happenings, I think the Iron Circle, they are growing more and more concerned, and I am afraid that they march out and want to set an example again before we are ready. So we really need to recruit more allies to our cause. All right, so how can I help? Well, you said you're a Harper, right? Yeah, that's true. So was Delia. Well, you have your organization, they do have a reputation. I didn't know Delia was a Harper, but now as I think about it, it made perfect sense. She was eager to help, she was tough, she was smart, and determined. So maybe you could try again to recruit some more allies. There's a camp of elves south from here in the Harken forest, the Woodsinger elves. And we have had some dealings with them in the past. They're pretty reclusive. They stay to themselves, but maybe you could convince them as a Harper that it might be wise to join our cause, because I'm not sure that the Iron Circle will stop in Harkenwold, and it'll certainly affect the Woodsingers as well if they further their expansion plans. All right. So, actually I came here to investigate what's going on, and now I know what's going on, and I know what happened to Delia. And yeah, you are right. We gotta see this suffering come to an end. So, yeah, I will try to reach your Woodsinger elves. So please tell me how I get there. And even better, maybe you could provide me with a map. Yeah, I could do that. I could provide you with a map. Come, follow me. So we go in a small study in his in his stables, in his living, in the house where he lives. We go into a small study. So he hands me a map, a crude map of the barony of Harkenwold, and explains to me how to get to the Woodsinger camp. And yeah, so as Vincent did, I decide to head off to reach the Woodsinger camp. And yeah, I already determined in the session with Vincent that this will be a 2-day trip. So yeah, it's about a 10-hour walk, and it's midday now. I can walk at for about 8 hours, but I already walked a little, but I rested now. So I will start my trip right away. I got still my gear, I got my rations, my water skin, and try, as Vincent did, stay off the path, stay off the road, to reach the Woodsinger camp, hopefully undisturbed. So I will make an encounter roll, and I will encounter something on a 1 on a d6. So I make an encounter roll for the daytime trip. No, I do not encounter something. So on a 1 I encounter something. Then I make camp for the night, and yeah, I try to find a good campsite, a secluded campsite, a hidden campsite. Try to do my best, and see if something happens. And of course it does. So during the night time, I encounter something. All right, so let's see how this goes. And I will encounter goblins. And the reason for that is that I already read ahead a little in the adventure. And the Woodsinger elves, let's see where it's in. The Woodsinger elves. Oh, your Woodsinger camp, they have some trouble. They have some trouble with a band of goblins. Let's see where it's at. I'll read it to you. Alright, here. The Woodsinger elves. Meeting the Woodsingers, and there in this first encounter, it says something about goblins. Well, I can't find it now, but I read something about a goblin gang in alliance with the villain in this part of the story, the Woodsinger story arc. So oh yeah, here it is. So if don't want to read too much because I'm not there yet, but it says he has allied himself with the Daggerburg goblins, our hated enemies. All right, so because I'm getting close to Woodsinger territory, and I've made camp, and goblins, they also like to be active at night time. I think they also might have trouble in broad daylight. I'm not sure about that. Kobolds, never mind. So it'll be a goblin encounter. So I make camp, and yeah, I keep, of course, quiet, and I also avoid making a fire because I do not want to draw attention to myself. I don't need a fire because I got my dry rations. So I consume one of my dry rations. So I cross one out, so just put a check mark here that I used one or ate one. Consumed the ration, and then I lay down for the night. I keep my bow and my sword close, and find a secluded spot and get get comfortable. I just see I do not have a bedroll. All right, so no room for bedroll. So, but I try to get as comfortable as I can and try to find some rest. And during the nighttime, a band of Daggerburg goblins on patrol, they're scouting out the area, stumbles across my camp. All right, so let's see first if they find it. Yeah, let's make it keep it interesting. If they find it, so I'll make a stealth check, but not using dexterity, using intelligence. This is to see if I was able to hide myself well, to find a secluded spot, if I had the right eye for it. So, but I want to keep it interesting. I'll give myself disadvantage, however, because the goblins, they know the area. They're on a scouting patrol, so they know what to look for. So I will have disadvantage, but because I'm using a skill, I can add +2 for an effective intelligence of 14. So I got to roll 14 or below, but I do have disadvantage, meaning I need to take the higher result. Ten and 3. Okay, so I am lucky. So yeah, I wake up at night as I hear some movement, and I look around, And yeah, as I see movement, I keep perfectly still, hide myself behind some underbrush, undergrowth, and hold my breath. Try to breathe very calmly and smoothly. Got my sword ready, and hope that they do not find me. And yeah, I'm lucky. So a small band of, I can't really tell in the dark, but probably some sort of small humanoids, I don't know. They they passed my camp without me seeing me. All right, so I was lucky. Like I said, in solo role playing, always give yourself a chance to fail to keep it interesting. I did. I could have just run a combat encounter, but I wanted to see. For me, it was not a sure thing. I wanted to see if they actually find me, because I didn't make a campfire, so there's no smell of burned wood. There's no light, so basically I was just in the dark, sitting someplace in the woods. So I think it was a fair chance that I was lucky and they missed me, and this is what happened. So then the next thing that happens, I finally meet the Woodsinger elves. Okay. All right, so let's read. All right, it is warm, so I'm lucky. It is September, I determined, but it's a warm September day, almost stifling under the canopy of the forest, and not a breath of wind stirs. As I pause to gain my bearings, peering into the forest gloom, I hear a voice. "Hold there, strangers! We would speak with you." A moment later, an elf dressed in a short tunic of brown and green steps into the open and advances towards you, a bow in his hand. "I am Israfen of the Woodsingers," he says. "I see that you are not Harkenwolders, and you do not look like the mercenaries of Iron Keep. Who are you, and what is your business in the forest?" All right, so he addresses me. "Yeah, you're right. I am not a Harkenwolder. I'm from Fallcrest. And you are also right. I'm not one of the mercenaries. But the mercenaries actually are the reason why I am here. You see, I am a Harper. Maybe you have heard of us. And I have come here to investigate strange or concerning rumors that reached me from this barony about a mercenary gang taking or having taken control over this barony. And it appears that these stories are true. The people of Harkenwold, the people of the village of Albridge, they are desperate and they need your help. I have been sent here to ask for your help and assistance in the upcoming unavoidable confrontation with these Iron Circle mercenaries. Well, this looks to me as it is a purely human-related matter, but I do not speak for our community. This is a matter for Ariel. Please, come, follow me. So 2 more elves step out of the shadows and join him, and the 3 hunters lead me to a small elven encampment in a clearing by a forest stream. There, Israfen introduces the hero to Ariel, an elf woman of middle years with dark eyes and long green gold hair. She is the chief of the Woodsinger clans. After speaking with the heroes, okay, see the sidebar below. All right, so now we need to do this conversation. Okay, let me find some pawns first, because I actually decided to use the pawns from my advent calendar, but yeah, I will get them out. Alright, so I got my miniatures out. So these are the ones I was looking for from my Pathfinder Pawns Advent Calendar series. So these are, they fit the Woodsinger elves pretty well, I think. So these will be the standard Woodsinger elves. And this will be the leader I will be talking to, the woman named Ariel. So they lead me to their camp and introduce me to their leader, a woman named Ariel. All right, so let me read to you a little. Ariel is reserved and patient, and she'll want blah blah. Ariel speaks slowly and softly. She weighs her words carefully and often lets a nod or look suffice as an answer to a question. Alright, so they bring me before her, and she greets me. Greetings. You are in great haste. That much is plain. What do you wish of my people? Well, so I explained the situation to her, what I told already the Woodsinger elf that led me here, and I'll ask if she and her people, if they are willing to help. And she said, I grieve for the evil that has come over their land, but it is not our fight. Yeah, I know it's not your fight, but what about your friends there, or the people you deal with, trade with? Well, some among the Harkenwolders are indeed our friends, but others treat the forest with less respect than we do, and some fear us. Would they come to our aid? I doubt it. Well, you can't know this for sure, but you must understand, and you probably know, that you will be next. I don't think the Iron Circle will be content with what they have in the barony of Harkenwold. If they're not kept in check, if the people don't draw a line, they will spread. If you do nothing, you are next. She looks at me, nods a little. There could be truth in what you say. Evil left unchecked cannot help but spread. Still, I deem it better to wait and watch for now. Given time, this Iron Circle may simply move on. Well, you can't be sure of that. But I do see your point. So how can I convince you to help us? What if there's something maybe you want in exchange? Maybe we could do a trade, or is there anything I can do to convince you of our good intentions? So how can we, or is there anything I can do to convince you to help? You ask us to risk our lives for you? Well, that is a lot to ask. Well, if you were to do the same for us, if you would risk your life on our behalf, we would be obligated to match your selflessness. I'm listening. I don't really want to give up my life, but risk is a part of everyday life. So what is it you want? There's a sanctuary hidden beneath a ring of standing stones, near the ruins of Dalnuster, an old Eladrin village a few miles from here. An evil presence that poisons the surrounding forest lives there. Put an end to this threat, and we will aid you. This sounds pretty mysterious. What is this evil presence you speak of? An undead wizard named Izarn lurks in the sanctuary. He has allied himself with the Daggerburg goblins, our hated enemies. Defeating him would be a great service to us. Yeah, I think I've encountered these goblins last night. But undead wizard, you say? This sounds a little out of my league. How am I supposed to defeat this guy? How can I do that? I mean, I'm just an ordinary man. I'm not a wizard. I'm not a priest. I don't have any magic weapons. How am I supposed to do this? Well, that I think is for you to find out. That does not sound very encouraging. But what can you tell me about the sanctuary? Wizards use the sanctuary as a private place to conduct magical research. It lies underground, but you can teleport there by pouring dragon's blood onto a pedestal located in the Ring of Standing Stones. It gets better by the minute. I do not have dragon blood. Where can I get some? Can you provide me with some? I mean, I can't slay a dragon just to kill an undead wizard. She laughs, and I can't really understand why. Well, I can provide you with a vial of green dragon's blood, which we obtained at great cost. If you agree to take on this quest, if you agree to try to rid us from this evil, I will give it to you as a sign of our trust. And if you should succeed, well, I will send a band of my best warriors to the help of the Harkenwolders. This is my offer, and this is my only offer. All right. Undead wizard. Well, we can aid you in this task by blessing your weapons, transferring them or transforming them into holy weapons for a limited amount of time. Maybe 2 or 3 days, not more. That is the time you have to complete your task. All right. Well, I didn't come here for nothing, and it really seems like I have no choice, so I agree. And yes, of course, I will take you up on your offer to bless my weapons. Well, then please hand them over to me, and then we will proceed shortly. All right, so I give her my weapons. She gives the weapons to one of her aides, and she disappears, and a few moments later, she comes back and gives me the weapons. They have our blessing now, the blessing of our gods and cleric, and they should aid you in your quest against this undead evil. Okay. And here, Iriel says, is the vial of dragon's blood. Keep it safe and use it wisely. And now, go on your quest and hopefully come back to us with good news. We will send one of our guides with you. She will show you the way to the sanctuary. All right, well, thank you. So, this elven female warrior, she will escort me, and yeah, it is only a short walk, maybe roughly an hour, to the area where the sanctuary is, and she points me to the right direction and says, I will go no further. From here you are on your own. You can find the ring of standing stones right ahead. Okay, so this will be encounter D2, the standing stones. I will modify it slightly and use a different map from my book of battle maps, because there is danger lurking in these stones. So here, the trusty big book of battle mats from Loki Battle Mats, and I will be using page number 25 and 26, which depict this nice area of standing stones. Actually, they do not really look like standing stones, but gravestones. Now, as I look closer, it seems that there are graves here as well, but never mind. We will just assume that they are standing stones. So this is the circle in the middle where I need to, let's say there's a pedestal here where I need to drop the dragon's blood. I will be entering from here. So this is me. And what I do not know is that there are large spiders hidden. Let's put them there, hidden underground, like trapdoor spiders. But there's also a scouting party of goblins, or a little scouting detail, that they observe the entrance. So let me show you the pawns first. These are the spiders. And goblins I also took from my advent calendar. This is one of the goblin bandits. And a goblin cultist. And I think they fit pretty nicely. So they are set up here. And I'm approaching from here. They are hidden underground. And the goblins, they're also hidden behind these standing stones. Observe this area. So they have already spotted me. I was allowed to make by the description, a perception check, which is in my case an intelligence check. However, the DC was pretty high. So I will also make it more difficult. So I will have to add +3 to my roll, but still stay below or equal to my stat. So it is a +3 to the roll. 16 +3 is 19. Alright, so I will be ambushed by the goblins. Yeah, so I cannot act in the first round of combat, so I will not I can't make a dexterity saving throw. So they wait until I get closer, so I move along this path towards this circle of standing stones, and at that point, when they have a clear field of view or line of sight, they will shoot. And because they also carry short bows, you can't see it on the pawn, but they do have short bows and short swords, and they deal 1d6 points of damage. So they're attacking me both, so I will be rolling 2d6, and I will use the higher of the two, and then I will see how my new damage reduction rules work in practice. Alrighty. Alright, 5 and 3. So I take the 5, I subtract my armor rating of 3. That leaves 2 points, which translates to 1 point of hit protection damage. So I am at 5 hit protection. And the spiders, they will probably also attack, but I'm not, they have a jumping attack. They can jump 4 squares, attack, and jump 4 squares again. So they will wait until I'm getting closer so that they can make a jumping attack, but at the moment I'm still too far out. So they will just lie in wait. And now it is my turn. And now, of course, I've spotted my attackers, and I also have a short bow, but also a long sword, and they're within reach. So yeah, because I also I got my shield strapped to my arm, so I draw my long sword and charge this goblin right here. Alright, so and I attack with my longsword. It's 1d8 points of damage, and I will be using a green d8 because I'm also somewhat green with my cloak and everything. So I deal 2 points of damage. Great. So he's got a damage reduction of 1, so that is 1 point of hit protection damage, which I track with small white 6-sided dice. So he's only got 1 point of hit protection damage, but now I get to use my fray die, which is another possibility to deal damage, not included in the first attack. This is my solo hero buff. And it's a 1, which is reduced to 0. So no additional damage with my fray die. So that was my turn. Alright, so he drops the short sword, the short bow, and gets out the short sword. And he will also attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are no attacks of opportunity here. So they will engage me in melee now using 2 short swords, would also deal 1d6. So let's see. Oh, 6 and 5. Alright, I take the 6, but I'm lucky. 6 is reduced to 3 by my armor rating, and with my damage translation table, it's also 1. So they can actually deal more than 1 point of hit protection damage. So I'm at 4 hit protection. But I think this is good. If I didn't use this mechanic, probably would have been in a tight spot already, because I also only have, it's good value. I got 14 strength, but every point of critical damage here can mean the end. So that's not too bad. So now it's my turn again. I will concentrate on the goblin that I already attacked and use my longsword. It's a 2. Oh, come on. So 2 is reduced by 1. So another point of hit protection damage. So this goblin, he's got 4 points of hit protection damage. So now it's fray die time again. So I really need every help I can get here to get rid of these goblins, it seems. 5. All right, that's good. That is 4. So that takes away his last 2 points of hit protection and also deals 2 points of critical damage. And this is good because this triggers a critical damage save. He's got a strength of 7, but it's reduced now to 5 because of the 2 points of damage. So critical damage save. And he fails. Natural 20. So I cut this goblin down. But now it's the monster's turn again. 1 goblin left. 3, which is reduced to 0. So I easily parry the blow. And now at this point, I remember that one guy in the comments, he wrote that Cairn actually has a moral mechanic, and it does. And so when the first enemy dies, or when they lose half their numbers, they gotta pass a will saving throw. However, in the encounter description, it also stated that if there's only 1 goblin remaining, even though there were more, that he will surrender. But actually, yeah, it was his turn. He didn't deal any damage. So now let's see. He's facing me. I will do a willpower saving throw. He's got a willpower of 8, and if he passes the saving throw, he will fight on. But it still would be my turn. 13. All right. So no, he he failed. So don't kill me! I give up! I give up! And he drops his sword and tries to run away. But it's never a good idea to let an enemy go. They might get reinforcements or stab you in the back later. So while he is running, I get my short bow out quickly and try to fell him while he is running away. So, but my short bow is only a d6. But I have a good chance if I roll high enough. No, that's 3. So that's 3 points of hit protection from his 4. So he dodges, and all right. So I get another chance before he's out of range, and then he's gone. I will not pursue him because I don't want to get into an ambush as well. So that's 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. So that takes away the last point of hit protection and 2 points of critical damage. So I might be lucky. He's got to make a strength saving throw. 19. No. All right. So while he is running away from behind in an angle, my arrow pierces his throat. And he's dead. All right, but now I will take the time to search them real quick. So I head over. So no, first I search the corpse right next to me. Yeah, he's got 1d6 gold coins. One gold coin. Great. And nothing else of value. But I will still search the other one too. Three gold coins. So I take them. I'm at 14 gold coins. And now I head over to this standing stone circle. And let's see, do I regenerate my hit protection? I say yeah. So I take a sip of water from my water skin, take a deep breath, and get my things in order, readjust my gear, and then I head towards this standing circle. But now I need to make, or I can make, another intelligence check. Also, I need to add +3 because of the difficulty if I spot the spiders. 6 + 3, yeah. So I'm lucky. So while I'm heading over here, I spot some movement underneath the earth, and yeah, I just in time, I got my shield up and my sword out as this spider, or as a spider, a very large and ugly hairy spider, jumps at me from a tunnel hideout in the ground, like a trapdoor spider. So it jumps 1, 2, 3, 4 and attacks. It deals 1d6. Alright, a 1, so I block it with my shield, but then it jumps back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now I'm facing this spider. Okay, now this spider, it'll also attack or jump out now. So 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonals, and yeah, so it can't reach me with its jumping attack, but it's there. So now it is my turn. Alright, so I'm faced with 2 large and giant spiders. So what do I do? Where do I want to go? I think I want to go up here because I think I have a better chance in more open terrain, and for me it feels like that I can move around here more freely than when I'm between these stones. Alright, so I move up 1, 2, 3 and attack this spider. So they have a hit protection of 6, damage reduction of 1 because of their chitin armor, and they got a strength 12, and they can do their jumping attack. Alright, longsword. -1 is 5, so that takes off 5 points of hit protection, but still 1 point of hit protection left. However, it's Friday time. 3 -1 is 2, so last point of hit protection, 1 point of critical damage, and a save is in order. And the strength is 12. Now it is 11. And now I need to make the save. Or the spider needs to make the save. And she fails. So she's not dead because it's only, but she's hurt, or it is hurt and crawls away. Okay, but the other spider now just moves normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and attacks. Also 1d6 damage with fangs, and yeah, 2. So I get my shield up and block and parry this blow. And now it's my turn again. Longsword attack. Oh, a 1. So no damage because of the chitin armor. Friday time. Oh, 6. That is good. That is 5 points. So still 1 point of hit protection left, but 5 points of hit protection. Now the spider. D6 points of damage. 4 minus 3 is 1, which is 1 point of hit protection damage. Alright, so my turn again. So longsword. That is 4 points, so 1 point of hit protection and 3 points of regular damage. So now a strength check is in order. 12 minus 3 is 9. So let's see. 7. It makes it. Alright, so this spider is tough, still standing, and counter-attacking. Six, that is 3, that is 1 point. So 4 hit protection. Alright. And now, my turn again. Longsword. 1, 0 damage. Fray die. 2, 1 point of damage. Alright, so 4 points of damage and a critical damage save. Where's the 4 here? Alright, 4 points of damage and critical damage save. And a 3. It makes it. It counterattacks. It's a very hardy spider. 3 minus 3 is 0. I block the blow. And I attack with the longsword. 3. Alright, so now she's at 7 points of critical. Oh no, it's 2. So she's at 6 points of critical damage, or it, and makes a save. Let's see. And fails. Alright, so this spider also shrieks and crawls back into its tunnel system and disappears. Whew. Okay. Whew. Once again, I rest a little, look around me, see if there is any more danger lurking, and I see this is not the case, so I walk to the circle. Alright, now let's see if this vial of dragon's blood is useful. And I pour the drops on the pedestal, and indeed, shimmering light, I can see a shimmering light, and I am teleported to a place unknown to me. Alright, and this is where we will end this session. Next session then we'll continue within the sanctuary, and there I will try something out. I got the X-Bane's deck of many dungeons from Drive-Thru RPG that I printed out myself and put it into card sleeves to make a deck, because shipping is so expensive to Germany, and all these print-on-demand things, they're always targeted at the US market, and if I want to get this thing shipped to me, I would pay 4 times as much for the shipping as I paid for the PDF, so this is not an option. So yeah, so I'm eager to try this out. This will be next session. Yeah, I hope you had fun. Little feedback about this mechanic. I think this might even be a little bit too easy, at least when the enemies deal a d6 point of damage and I have such a high damage reduction. But it is too early to tell. Maybe there will be tougher enemies within the sanctuary, and not all heroes have a damage reduction of 3. So this might also be a factor, and so I will keep it at this for the moment, but I have it on my radar. In this fight, I never really felt any danger, really, to be honest. Or maybe I should change the d6 Frey die, not as an additional source of damage, but as if it would be a 2-weapon attack and rolling the d6 and d8 and taking the higher value. So I will think about this some more, see how 1 or 2 more fights go, and then I will either reduce this value, maybe it's like 1 and 2 is 1 and 3 and 4, or I will roll the Frey die with the attack die so that I only have 1 chance of dealing damage, because if I get attacked by multiple enemies, it works the same thing. So I got to think about this. Yeah, so this is it for this session. I hope you had fun. I hope you like the new character, Nathan Wayne, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. And of course, please do not forget to subscribe, because it costs you nothing and it brightens my day. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.